this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a round brush flower design for you. I am using two Amagic round brushes, a 16 and a 14. These items will be listed below in my affiliate links you're welcome to purchase through. Then a number 4 flat brush, also Amagic, a number 8 Deerfoot stippler, and a stone. All the paints I'm using today are FolkArt paints. I am using lime green, burnt umber, autumn leaves, vivid orange, warm white, thicket, yellow ochre, and tea berry. I also forgot to mention I'm using a dotting stylus. I had that off to the side and forgot. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to actually use my number 16 round brush. I'm going to stick it into the autumn leaves. Maybe go ahead and give it a touch into the vivid orange and the warm white. Alright, so on this one I'm just going to push down, pull towards the center, push down, pull towards the center. Now when you're doing this, you can do them straight, or you can do some curve motion here. If you feel like they're too transparent, just go back over them. This is the bottle that I use for my videos, so I'm not really too concerned with how opaque or transparent they are at this point, but just merely showing you the design. If I were to be creating this to sell, then I would definitely want to make sure they were as opaque as possible. So I just keep tipping my brush into the different colors. I want these leaves, or petals I should say, to be different. I don't want them to be the same. I just want them to be very colorful and fun. And I can go off to the side a little bit because I'm trying to get more than just 3 on here this time. They might overlap, which is fine. Alright, so we'll just keep doing this and fit as many into this area as I can. I'm just pulling in towards the center. The centers don't have to be completely closed up because I am going to use my Deerfoot stippler to go back over them and put in my centers with. Like I said, this is too transparent, then just go back over it. I have 4 flowers, so I'm going to go ahead and put in my 5th. And I am using my round brushes and my FolkArt brushes a lot this week. I really like them, and I think if you're a beginner painter, they're probably some of the easier ones to paint with, really, and just get a fun design. Your designs don't have to be difficult in order to be nice. Alright, so let me grab a plate here. I just want to put that brush aside. Again, like, this is a little bit too transparent for me, but because I'm just going to wipe this back off, I'm just purely looking to show you the design and not worry about it. But you could hit this with a heat gun hair dryer, give it an hour dry time, and then go back over it again to make it thicker. That would be awesome. Alright, next up is going to be to take your fine liner, stick it into your paint. I just stick it into the sides, roll it, and pull it back out. Very simple. And I'm just going to go in here, just like I do typically, and create my stem. Now, if you wanted to just purely do this as a the flowers with just leaves around them, you're more than welcome to do that. But at this point I'm going to create it as if they're hooked on a stem. Just very easy. Then I'm going to make a little bit of a lighter green here. I'm going to do my typical where I pull in some extra little branches, or however you want to reference them. Just places to put added leaves. And I can come in from, you know, open space like this, or I can create it, you know, going over a flower. But right now I'm just going to do it like this. And I'm just adding different coats on here just to give it more durability. You know, when you put a little stem from it, it goes like that, you can just go back over it so it just looks like it connects. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is take my number 14 brush, dip it into my greens, and then I can actually add in a little bit of the orange, but I'm going to be painting over the top of some of these branches, or these petals, excuse me, so I'll probably pull in some orange from it anyways, which that's fine. But you can go back over it if you don't like to have any orange in it. Just pushing the brush down, pulling it back, and coming up as I pull back, pushing it down, coming back. Again, you can go back over these if you want to maybe add some more color to them, or if you accidentally, I shouldn't say accidentally because it happens, you pull in some of that orange, you don't want it, just go back over it. Very simple. And that's the intent. Again, that's the intent of my videos, is to give people something simple to paint. You know, you can always branch off from there, but you have to have a starting point. And I know some people are you know, I don't have a creative bone in my body, I can't do that. Well, you know what? Most people can do something if you can pick up a brush. So, you know, don't feel that way. Give it a try. The one thing nice about glass is that you can wipe it off. You know, you don't like how your design turned out? Hey, wipe it off. Very simple. And I'm just coming down here and adding leaves. Kind of a little ridge there. Again, if you don't like it, just go back over it. It's okay. And then we got one more to finish here. And I can turn my bottle, which is nice. It's one thing nice. I really do like to paint on walls, but the one thing nice about something that can move is that you can rearrange it to make the stroke work easier. If you have any questions while I'm doing this or after you view the video, please feel free to put those down below the video. There is a space there. So I said, when you paint these, and you can come back over them if you feel like you need to. The other thing is you have to be careful because paint can come up when you do that. I'm just going to leave that like this. Maybe go over this one a little bit more. Like that. Alright, next step. Put that brush away. I'm going to come to my number 4. And I'm going to come over here to my green. And this is the, get these confused, the lime green. And I'm just going to start putting in just some basic, easy, simple, one-stroke kind of leaves here. Very simple. I can come down here a little bit. Now if you feel like these are not opaque enough, you know, feel free to add another color to them. White normally, or the warm white, would actually have more pigment and has a tendency to give it, you know, thicker coverage. So these I'm just filling in different spots. Just use your discernment. You know, you don't have to put a lot of leaves on. Little goes a long way. For me though, I really like leaves, so I tend to go crazy with them. So what I'm going to do now is come back here and just put in my little stems. And you can do that with this too, but I'm not going to. I think it's fine just as I did it. I don't need to have the stems. It's just fine. Alright, one last thing. Well, two things actually. I'm going to go ahead and stick the front of my brush into the yellow ochre, and this is the Deerfoot Stippler. And actually, I'm going to do this a little differently. Take this off. Okay, I'm going to stick it all into the yellow ochre. I forgot that this is how I did it. Alright, so I'm going to go in here. Yes, I'm pulling up some of the color from underneath. So that's going to happen. That's a given since the paint's still wet. Alright, so then I'm going to put the paint, the heel of the brush, and I'm just going to come back through here, just kind of tap it, tap each one, a little bit of brown. Again, your centers do not have to go all in the same direction. You can vary them. And I'm doing that. I'm going to wipe my brush off, kind of come back in here, maybe put a little bit more of that yellow ochre on here. And I'm just doing this just to kind of blend it in a little bit with having some extra paint on my brush. You could just come in and tap it in before adding any more paint and then coming back over it. This one is going to lead that way. I don't like the green on there, but so be it. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to come in here, tip it into my white. Be careful because I do have orange on there. And I'm just tipping a little bit of white in here. Actually, I want to go this way. I keep forgetting that I have that going that direction. Then I'm going to come back in still with a little bit more of my yellow ochre and just lightly tap in my centers again. Just want it to be not completely blended, but a little bit. Alright, like it like that. The final thing I'm doing, oh my gosh, I hope you guys saw that, is tipping my my dotting stylus into the tea berry, and I'm going to come through here, just do some very simple dots. I can do a lot or a little. Really just depends on what you're looking for. And like that. Like I said, it can be a lot, a little. You can go all the way around the center, make big dots, little dots. That's really up to you. You know, however you want to do it. Not a big deal. Or if you don't want to do it, leave it out. Alright, here you go. I hope you like this video. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. New to my channel, please subscribe. and hit that notification bell before you leave. Please take a moment to share this video on your social network with your family and friends. Just hit the share button underneath and it'll give you instructions on where to share it. All right, I again appreciate your time. Thanks so much for sticking around, and until the next time,